Hello my beans, here's La Crema with a new artist interview. Today we will see some fabulous art by the wonderful Nivida. I met her on DeviantArt some years ago and I'm very happy to feature her today. But first a reminder to subscribe to my channel to get notified about new video uploads. Now I wish you much fun with the interview.
Hello, this is Nivida and I'm very happy to be here today and I'm looking forward to answering some questions about me and my art.
Where are you from?
I was born and grew up near Stuttgart, which is a city in Germany, and even though I doubt anyone knows where that is, I still wanted to mention it. And that also explains my stubborn German accent.
What's behind your artist name?
Well, actually, I have two artist names. One of them being Nivida, which I came up with not too long ago. One day I came across the Spanish word nieve, which means snow, and I thought it sounded pretty. Since I really like snow, I changed that word until it sounded like a unique nickname. What's more, you've probably noticed that Nivida kinda sounds like Nvidia, that company that produces the most powerful graphics cards. And if you put two and two together, you'll understand. My original artist name, which I had for like 7 years, is Suiro Ater. Suiro was the name of a dragon who appeared in a story I wrote long ago, but I scrapped that story because I lost interest in it. And it's Japanese and means waterway. Ater or Altair is one of the brightest stars in the night sky, and I chose that name because I really was into Assassin's Creed at the time I came up with my DeviantArt username. So basically I stole the name from the protagonist Altair and removed the L to make it seem less obvious. But I don't really identify with Suiro Ater anymore, so I prefer when people call me Nivida or just Nivi for short.
How would you describe your art and style?
I would say that my art is very colorful and vibrant, with lots of dramatic shadows, and that it generally gives off positive vibes. Furthermore, it's very clean and polished, at least if I don't intentionally make my drawings sketchy, which I often do to save time. Not only do I love using contrasting colors, but I also like working with black and white only or adding little shading to my drawings, which means that I don't always try to make my art look semi-realistic. I would describe my style as being pretty anime-ish. I really enjoy drawing big, shiny, expressive eyes and long flowy hair for girls, so I guess that's why. However, when it comes to males, I try to avoid the typical shoujo anime boy look and aim to make my guys look more like actual men. What may come as a surprise for some people is that I started out with a more realistic style when I began taking drawing more seriously, and after that I switched to the anime style because I thought it was cute and pretty. But yeah, what I want to do now is achieving a nice blend between realism and anime or manga style.
What do you aim to express with your work?
I make art as I feel it's a way to express myself. Like, I can show the ideas that are in my head. I can create something that might not even exist because, there's no limit to imagination. Having the ability to translate the pictures from my imagination into actual drawings is a very special thing. Moreover, the fact that my art might inspire others keeps me going as well. Maybe something I drew will evoke certain emotions in you or will encourage you to draw something as well, and that's what really makes me happy.
How long have you been creating?
I've been drawing ever since my early childhood. In kindergarten, when my friends weren't there yet, I grabbed a piece of paper and some pencils and drew animals, flowers, and trees as I was waiting for my friends to arrive. Sometimes we just drew together. In kindergarten and in school, I was always known as the artist. However, I never really drew humans and I didn't draw on a regular basis either. What really sparked my interest in digital art was when I became a member of a browser game named Horse, where I met a lot of amazing people and saw the amazing digital art they created. They mostly drew horses, but I really wanted to get as good as them, so I started making horse art as well. I used GIMP and a mouse back then, which was tough, but not impossible. After some time, I received my first graphics tablet and switched to Paint Tool SAI, which made things a lot easier for me, and I started creating new things. I took my hobby a bit more seriously like 2 or 3 years ago.
Who or what are your biggest influences?
One of my biggest influences is my dad, since I used to ask him to draw animals for me when I was a child. The drawings he made were so precious to me, and I would always look at them and try to copy them, but most importantly, they made me super happy. Additionally, I like to look at other people's arts, especially at the art of my friends, because just like it was with my dad, it makes me so happy when I see art that a friend had created, and I love watching my friends improve with every drawing. Movies, books, video games, and anime inspire me as well, because oftentimes I feel like creating fan art of characters I really like. For example, I made a lot of Dragon Ball fan art because I enjoyed the anime. Other things that inspire me are my own memories, emotions, dreams, and music.
Do you have any goals or projects you look forward to?
My goals are getting faster at drawing and generally getting better at what I do. I don't really have any project, but a personal ambition of mine is to make at least one fan art of a character from every anime I've watched. Also, I want to keep making birthday drawings for my friends, even though I don't always make it in time. And I want to make more art of my original characters because it's fun.
What advice would you like to give to other artists?
First of all, what I want to say is that you don't really need the best equipment to create good art. Just a pencil and paper can be enough already, and you don't necessarily need Photoshop if you want to be good at digital art. Also, you should use references and follow tutorials if you are not sure of how to draw something. Because that might make things a lot easier for you. And you should be open to learning and you should always keep practicing. It's like with muscles actually, because just as muscle size increases when you exercise, your art will get better when you draw a lot. And please don't get discouraged when things don't go your way and don't downplay yourself. I get a lot of comments saying things like, "My art is trash, I'll never be as good as you," and so on and so forth. Stop being jealous of other artists. Get inspired by them instead, and look up to them and believe in the fact that you will be as good as your favorite artist one day. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed listening to me and thank you for your time. And Lacrima, I really appreciate you taking the time to create this video, and I'm grateful you gave me the opportunity to have this interview. Dein Quietschi hat sich gefreut. Anyways, have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you really much for your time, my dear. You know I absolutely love your art. Please follow her on Instagram and DeviantArt and leave some comments of support. You can find her profile links in the description. You're an artist yourself or know someone who really should be featured? Write me on social media or send me a mail to get an interview slot. My links are always in my video descriptions as well. I'm curious to hear from you. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful week.